Hi there. Let's talk about the self-regulation of emotions. So, self-regulation refers to the self-management of your emotions, as well as the self-regulation of self-destructive impulses. And by self-regulation, it basically means pausing before you react. This could be in situations where there might be some emotional charge to the situation. So there's a temptation to react in the moment, which can lead to worsening of the situation for us or other people. It can also lead to emotional fallout and be destructive on relationships. That moment of pause is all about stepping back and considering what's being discussed and how we feel about it. It's about connecting to feeling and the sensations in your body from that. So connecting to how we're feeling physically in that moment. We may have a raised heart rate. We may have sensations in our stomach or in our chest. We may feel tension, perhaps have a dry mouth. You may feel an intensity to the emotions that you're experiencing. You may have an inkling of a trigger that's created this response. This pausing and this connection to our response in the situation is the start of self-regulation. It's about being present in that current moment. And it helps us to become more self-aware of how we react and how we respond to things. It can help us to become more tolerant of our own emotional states. And it can help to stop unhelpful reactions, which we might regret later. We can then perhaps more clearly make decisions and take the actions that we want to take without all those regrets at a later stage. Doing this can really help to alleviate those feelings of anxiety. We feel more in control of ourselves and our situation. It can really reduce down the amount of stress that you feel in your life. You become much more self-aware of how you tick and how you react. And that understanding can really help you feel much more in control of things. And anxiety is all about not feeling in control of things. So this can really help to make you feel more grounded as a person. It's about switching off that automatic response and becoming connected to those internal processes within you, gaining that intimate self-awareness, which gives a greater understanding. It can stop a lot of the ruminating. We haven't got to overanalyze and think deeply about what's gone on and feel all those emotions that come from that. We're dealing with it in the moment. We're likely to feel happier with ourselves and our reactions, which should seem more moderate, less extreme. We may start to figure out what our triggers are, which again can help us feel more in control of things once we start to understand ourselves and our reactions. Pausing in the moment of any emotional reaction and just sitting with it and accepting it as an emotion that you're feeling in the moment, and then figuring out how to relieve that emotion is a really helpful thing to do. You might find that different emotions, we need to do different things to help to calm them. It may be that if you feel angry or frustrated, that you need to go out for a walk, do something more active. You may find that with anxiety, you might need to do something more calming, like running yourself a bath, listening to some good music, doing some deep breathing exercises. So it's working out what for you works, because we're all so different. So we can't always do what other people say to do. It's about what works for us, and it's about stepping back, having that pause and starting to understand how we tick and what helps us. With this self-regulation, we can start to moderate our emotional reactions, and it just mean a much calmer, more relaxed life. It can help our nervous system become more moderate in its setting, so it doesn't activate so quickly and we don't get those sudden reactions and emotions that bowl us over and mean that we feel quite out of control. If we don't learn to self-regulate, it can mean that we're leading to burnout, breakdown, panic attacks, and depression. It's all about attending to what we're needing in the moment and starting to understand it at a much deeper level, getting to know ourselves. And it's all of the part of the route out of anxiety. This is Tina from Action on Anxiety. I'll see you again soon.